folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Ectokid Issue 2 by Marvel. Now, there is violence, murder, demons, ghost stuff, weird shit, magic, and more weird shit in this one. So if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. So, it's been quite a while since I read the first issue. I think as I said in the end of that video, I don't have the whole series. But it so happened that my friend Leo apparently had issue 2. So he let me take it. So I could finally continue. So when we left off our boy Dex in issue 1, he just narrowly escaped being hunted by weird ghost things and a demonic looking poodle. And he went back into the real world, away from the ectosphere as we'll get to know it. So this issue starts with Dex in the basement somewhere, facing a really fuck ugly demon. And now he's got an eye patch. And he's narrating how he knew that this was going to end up bad, or this was not going to be good, or it's to that extent. And then also in this one, you might see here it says we learn his origin. Then we go back. After his encounter with the ectosphere and all those that chased him, he starts getting blurred vision, and that follows up by strong headache. Something's wrong, and it's because in one eye he sees the world as normal, but with the other eye he sees what I presume is the ectosphere, and he doesn't know what's going on. And the reason for the headaches is that his mind cannot comprehend all those things together. It doesn't know how to process it all. So the solution is the eye patch. Which Dex even jokes that he's now like the captain of the Jolly Roger. But yeah, he covers one eye and then he doesn't have a problem. That's been easily fixed. But now he needs answers. So he goes to this man who is his guardian. Now, this man doesn't know who appointed him Dex's guardian. But basically, Dex doesn't really visit him often. He just, lays low, lives his life, and he tells the guy so much. I figured as long as I lay low, live my life, you don't really care. You get probably a check to take care of Dex. And the man's like, yeah, you're right. I forgot his name already. He really loves doing, the figurine painting, so I assume that's what he spends the checks on. So the reason Dex came to him, he wants to go see his mother. His mother has been institutionalized in a hospital many years ago, and soon when Dex was still a young child, because that's all he remembers of her. And he wants to see her to get answers to what's happening to him. So apparently this man already prepared the forms that Dex needed, and he takes them. But then he's like, now that he has the ability to visit his mother, he's not sure if he wants to. Because again, he hasn't seen her for many years, and he remembers her as this young, beautiful woman, and he's afraid that those images will be replaced by by whatever's waiting for him. So he goes to three people that he trusts and knows. We got an old barman, we've got an old lady, and I presume a hooker, I think. So he talks to all three of them, and all of them tell him, the barman tells him, you're young, you will eventually have to face some pain. You will have to grow up. The old woman tells him also you have to face it. You need to go. And the young woman tells him, you're going to start shaving soon. You also need to grow up. Get easier to look at yourself. So these advices, they essentially told him the same thing. He goes to the hospital. Now it seems like a normal hospital, but then he switches the eye patch, and he sees that the hospital looks demonic, and then there's like two pterodactyl looking things fighting above in the skies. Like, holy shit. So he goes into the hospital, and the nurse leads him to where his mother is, telling him that his mother will probably be very happy to see him. So he goes into her room, and he's like, Mama? Now, she looks like she aged a lot. So apparently, when Dex was young, he doesn't know who his father is, and his mother used to do a lot of magic, a lot of rituals, all these things. But then, as he was growing up, he always felt like she had this sadness within her, and it wouldn't leave her. And then at some point, she put away all the magic, all the potions, the books, everything. It's like she lost her spark for it. And then she began drinking, and he had a different uncle every night. And then things got even worse, and he was taken away, and she was hospitalized. And thus, here we are now. So Dex goes to her, now she used to have like long bluish hair, and now her head's got practically a buzz cut, and her hair is white. And he goes to her, and takes her hand, and it looks like in that moment the fogginess of her mind clears, and she looks at him, clear eyes. It's like she was, waiting for this moment to tell him what he needed to know. So then she begins to tell him his origin. So again, when she was young, she would do all these rituals. And in one of these rituals, she summoned a ghost. A ghost that was Dex's father. And she said, who knows what I did it was just for fun, but then I fell in love with him. And I was beautiful, and he loved me as well. And they danced and, did other things. And somehow Dex was created. But then, okay, so in the ectosphere, there's the police. So if a ghost leaves the ectosphere, they chase it down and drag it back. So that's what happened to Dex's father. He was dragged back, and obviously his mother was brokenhearted by it. And then 5 months later, he was born. How the hell did that happen? Considering he's a ghost. But do you still have ghost sperm? It's like a Danny Phantom. There's that special long 2-episode thing where where it's the future, but Danny is grown up and no longer has his human side, uses ghost. Anyway, in this future that he goes to, thanks to the timekeeper, whatever his name was, like the ghosts that he used to fight as a teen or the preteen, some of them had children. It's like, how? The same thing here. Don't think about it. It just reminds me of that. Anyway, what was I talking about before? Right. So he was born. But yes, this whole thing left her broken hearted. Now she tells him, Dex, so you're half a ghost, basically. And she tells him that before his father, at some point after she feels really tired and she wants to sleep, but Dex shakes her out of it. It's like, no, Mama, you have to tell me. So before his father died, he built this machine, the Aura something. And it was meant to do something, and other people wanted that machine. Many people. They wanted its power, but Dex's father didn't want anyone to have that power. And so he hid the machine away. And what happened is that he didn't die. He was murdered. These people murdered him but couldn't find the machine afterwards. And she tells him, Dex, you have to go. You have to go to the ectosphere and find your father. And the reason, because he tells her about how he jumped in between places, and she tells him, it's because of your body. Your human side is dragging you back to the real world. So what you need to do is you need to leave it here. You only need to let your ectoplasm go. You just have to meditate and concentrate to be able to do it. They say you have to find your father and ask him where the machine is. And she tells him, if you find him, tell him that I still love him. So then Dex leaves. He goes out of his mother's room. And then suddenly a priest appears and asks him, I have something to talk to you about your mother. But it's discreet. Why don't you come to my office? And then they go down in the elevator, and Dex said that, narrates again, this is that demon from the beginning. He narrates that he, how it took him so long to even realize that something was wrong. Like, why would the office be in the basement? And then as he got out of the elevator, hoping that maybe the guy just got the wrong floor, just in case, he turned his eye patch and to use the eye that sees the ectosphere. And he turned around, you got this fuck ugly demon. It's like, holy shit. Now he attacks him, Dex bites him on the nose, gets away a little bit, but then the demon jumps back on him, and they both roll down the stairs to the basement. And then Dex pulls out a knife. And he pulls out a knife as he gets up, sticks it in. No, that was before they roll downstairs. He sticks a pocket knife into him. And then they roll further down, and it's like his shoulder hurts, and the demon's pulling out the knife out of himself. But Dex sees that there's a furnace there, and he runs to it, and the demon's like, oh, creepy. I want you, I'm going to eat you, and all of that. And Dex opens the furnace, takes a shovel, and then throws hot coals on him and says, eat this. And he's burning him. And then we move on to quite the scene. We're back in the bar where Dex talked to the barman. Everyone has been murdered there. There's this guy with rounded glasses and gray hair. And he's thin. And then you got another guy with red hair who's a lot chunkier. He's not fat, he's just bulky. And they killed everyone there. Then you got, I don't know, maybe this old woman you went to visit was in a senior home. I think they went there and they also murdered people. It seems to be the same two men, but in different versions. Because they look the same, but their outer appearance is slightly changed each time. And then you got where I'd assume the hooker he talked to was the same, and they all they're looking for Dex. These are the people that were looking for his father to try to get this machine. And Dex is nowhere to be found. They're talking amongst themselves, even though it seems like they're the same people. They need more foot soldiers to look for him. And then the last pair, or the fourth pair, they're in the hospital in the basement. And they say that Dex went to visit, last scene went to visit his crazy mother in the hospital. And that some kind of low-level demon, that's the one that attacked him, tried to get his soul for himself, but paid for it. But now they have no idea where he is. And they must find him. And then the last pages, we got, before that you see like Dex somehow went into the ectosphere. Now I don't know if he went out of his body and hid his body somewhere, or if he went fully with his body, because his mother told him he wouldn't be able to do that. She also warned him to hide his body properly, so it wouldn't be found, because then it's at its most vulnerable, and God help you if someone gets to it. So he's in the ectosphere, his big castle, whatever it is, and he says, "Okay, Daddy, I'm here. If you're somewhere here, I will find you." And that's it. That's where it ends. And then the next issue is going to be the Ectosphere. Okay, so first cover, I like this one. You see Dex in the mouth of the low-level demon that wanted to get him. Dex is like trying to jump out of his mouth. That's pretty cool. I like the font for Ectokid. You see there? Nice. As I began reading, I was like, why does Dex have an eye patch all of a sudden? There we go. Okay, so I can show you more inside. I mean, this is not new. I won't show the whole thing. Okay, so first, this is the demon that he fights. The art is really good in this one. Unlike in that one issue of Saint Sinner or that one, I still can't get over the art in Saint Sinner in those last few issues. It was fucking atrocious. They're really fuck ugly. There's the people he talks to. See, that's the barman, the old lady, and the hooker, question mark. I mean, Dex lives in the streets, basically, so it's not far-fetched that he would know a couple of hookers. Maybe some of them even helped him out a couple of times. There's this man that is his guardian. Which does leave the question of who appointed him guardian. Exactly. Well, this feels like maybe Dex's father might be behind it. I'm sure he's still worried about his... I mean, I wonder if he even knows he has a son. You see, that's his father building this machine. It's called the Orat. That's his mother over there. This is her. You see, this is her young with Dex. And these are the two men I was talking about. You see, tell your father I still love him too. So yeah, basically in this universe of the story, when people die, they basically, there's no reincarnation, they just go to the ectosphere. So again, quite similar to Danny Phantom in a way. And there you see that demon is really cool looking. And I'll show you these few creeps here. And then he says, "Okay, Daddy, if you're here somewhere, anywhere, I'm on my way." Okay, looks like I was wrong. There's only 3 sets of them. For some reason I remembered 4. You see? It looks like it's the same ones, just looking different each time, which is interesting. You see, they found the priest, or the demon. It's a lot of gore in here. So that's the art. Okay, so this was a really cool continuation to issue 2. It's issue 1, sorry. Where we now get Dex's origin. You know, how he came to be. Now, of course, there's still a lot to find out. Oh, and his father's name is... because I forgot to mention something else he finally learns. His name is Dex Mongu. It's his mother's maiden name. And his father is called, right? Oh yeah, I gotta show you the scene where she conjures him up. Look at that, that's cool. And there's baby Dex. Wait. Leo Melhart. Leo Melhart is Dex's father, so at least he has a name to go by and look for him. So as I've already said, it's a good continuation to issue 2. Again, you get the origin, you get a direction, You get a glimpse of who Dex is going to have to face as he progresses in finding his father. We get this thing about this device, which curious what it does exactly and why it was so wanted by all these people. And what did they hope to achieve by murdering Dex's father? They think to trap his spirit and then he would tell them where the machine is. Or is it not really related? And do these guys belong to the ectosphere as well, or are they demons? Because I got the ectosphere, but then the guy said low level demon. So does that mean demons are involved as well in this whole fiasco? Who knows? I'm definitely looking forward to find out, though. Again, it'll take me a while to get the rest of the series. But still, I did want to continue the story. So yeah, this is a cool one. And way more coherent than Saint Sinner, and also the art, at least so far, is much better. Much, much better. Okay, well that is it, folks. This was Ectokid issue 2. Let me know what you thought of this one if you read it, and that is it. Remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!